Oh, Espella, are you alright? Yes, I just wanted to thank all of you. You all came to my rescue yet again. Well, yeah, of course we did. Hey, hold on a sec, Espella. What did you say just now? You all came to my rescue yet again? You don't mean... Yes, I remember everything. I remember the last trial. I suppose that makes this the second time we've met, and the second time all of you have helped me.
Mr. Wright, am I to infer that you and Espella have met before?
Oh yeah, it seems that way. You too, Mr. Layton?
Perhaps it would be best if we briefed each other on what has transpired.
Okay, what should we discuss?
Espella paid us a visit in London. She had in her possession a letter from an old acquaintance of mine.
Is that right? Why, Mr. Accidenti helped drive Espella straight out of Labyrinthia. You both kept me safe from the witches that were chasing me. Wait, did you say witches? So they appeared in London too?
Regrettably, I am unable to say that our protection was absolute. When we saw you last, it seemed you'd managed to escape courtesy of that passing freighter.
Oh yeah, that's right. What happened to you after that, Espella? I rode the ship along the river for a while before arriving in a nearby port. And then... that's when I met Mr. Wright and Maya. Okay, what should we discuss? The other thing, what happened on the ship? I didn't know where the ship would end up. I felt very lonely out there.
Please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm afraid there was nothing else I could do to prevent it.
No, please don't blame yourself, Mr. Layton. I just didn't know what to do, so I tried to look for something, anything on the ship that might help me. Boy, you sure found something alright, or rather someone. You ran into a master thief working as a part of a ship's crew. Yes, that's right. Did you say master thief? Crikey, that's amazing! I wouldn't expect to exactly say it was amazing. After that, I was taken to court, and that's when Mr. Wright helped me.
I see. Then perhaps... somewhere deep within your mind must have existed a memory of that previous trial and of Mr. Wright. Hence why you thought to seek out his help when you found yourself in such an unfortunate situation this evening.
That makes sense. After all, Nick did make legal history that day in jolly old England. Did you say he made history? Wow, that's incredible, right, Professor? I wouldn't exactly say I made history. But then, after that, I was never able to find my way back to the Professor. Even after I went through the pains of finding that clue, it ended up being taken away from me.
A clue, you say?
Yes, the tag that was hanging around the neck of a sweet little stuffed toy. That tag was a clue? A clue for what? Huh. Okay, what should we discuss? The stuffed toy's tag. I had a lot of time to think while I was on that ship. I thought about a lot of things. Like how to try and find a way back once the ship arrived at its destination. Things like that. Find a way back? A way back to Mr. Layton and Luke. They were the only ones I knew I could depend on to help me.
The pleasure was ours, Espella.
But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember the name of the town they lived. Huh? You mean London, Espella? Oh, that's it. London. That's what was written in Carmine's letter to Mr. Layton. The blue teddy bear I found in that room was wearing a tag around its neck.
Sorry, Espella, but PC Badger looks nothing like a teddy bear.
On the tag, in very small letters, was written London. I recognized the name of the town. I thought it might be an address. That's because that stuffed toy was used in a special promotion run by the London Metropolitan Police. Oh, that's right. Espella, you must have known that address was super important, so that's why you kept the tag, right? That way you can meet up with Mr. Layton and Luke again. I felt so lonely and helpless. I wonder though, who do you think really did it? Hit Olivia over the head with a pipe, I mean.
What's this?
Oh yeah, I guess we never did find out who the real culprit was.
I do believe that we may have some connection to the group of witches.
What? You mean the witches that were chasing us through London?
Indeed, it could be that they noticed your escape onto that ship and managed to infiltrate their own way aboard.
Could it be? So, you're saying there was some big scary witch lurking around inside of that cargo hold?
I'm afraid there's a rather high possibility that was the case. Those witches were intent on seeing you brought back to Labyrinthia no matter what. However, in order to do so, they had to make certain you did not become entangled in any situation that may stall your capture.
Ah, in other words, a situation with Mrs. Al Dente, you mean?
Precisely. They must have knocked that crew member unconscious and attempted to recapture Espella before the police could arrive. However, their plan was clearly foiled given that you ended up in court regardless.
And that's when she became my client. I just can't clearly remember anything that happened back then.
Do you think there's a possibility that someone was pulling Estella's strings through the entire trial?
Hey, maybe you're right. There was something a little strange about Espella at the time.
Mr. Wright, Espella was introduced to you at the time as a schoolgirl, is that correct?
Yes.
She would have had no knowledge of the world outside of Labyrinthia. That being the case, having her stand in an English courtroom as she was would pose a serious problem. Meaning that someone must have been attempting to cover up Espella's identity.
What? Well, Professor, could someone really do that?
That they would indeed, Luke, and if it is as I suspect, I believe our adversaries may be far more powerful than we originally thought.
Just exactly who or what are we dealing with here? Hey guys, let's head back to the bakery for now. I bet the boss is waiting for us with one heck of a pastry feast. Oh, actually, I can't go home just yet. Huh? You can't? Oh. Well, there's still a couple of legal procedures to be taken care of before I can go home. Please, you all go on ahead without me.
Is that so? Very well.
I really must thank you all. Thank you so much for everything. Alrighty then, Espella, we'll catch you later. Yes. Farewell for now.
Mr. Wright, please allow me the pleasure of a proper introduction. My name is Herschel Layton. I am a professor of archaeology in London.
A professor, huh? Well, my name is Phoenix Wright, and I'm an attorney.
As I expected, there were no ordinary baker. You're no ordinary baker after all, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, I thought I was pretty weird myself, to be honest. I mean, I really did believe I've been a baker all my life. But the more everyone kept saying it, the less sure I was that it was true. Just where did that memory come from anyway? Hey, Professor, is Mr. Roy an attorney? If Mr. Roy's an attorney, that must mean he's as smart as you, Roy.
I'm afraid I can't really say, Luke.
But behind every ace attorney, there's an even smarter, not to mention beautiful, witty, and utterly amazing ace assistant.
I think you also forgot humble.
My name's Luke Troyton. I'm the professor's apprentice. I'm Maya Fey, and Nick here is my apprentice. Isn't that right, Nicky boy? Nicky boy? Hey, wait, why am I your apprentice? Anyway, we should all head back to the bakery. Let's get a move on. I'm sure Espella will be back before you know it.
I would not get your hopes up about that, Sir Blue Knight.
Inquisitor Barnum? Most impressive work tonight. 'Tis a shame you kept such ability hidden until now. Trust me, Nick's lawyer abilities beat the pants off his baking abilities any day of the week.
Okay, moving on. What do you mean by that, Inquisitor?
Oh, sorry. Okay, moving on. What do you mean by that, Inquisitor? Why can't Espella go home?
New charges have been brought against Mr. Spella Cantabella.
What? No way! That can't be right.
You realized, haven't you? She's being charged under suspicion of being the Great Witch Bezella.
She what?
How can that be? Am I to assume that charge is based purely on Miss Kira's accusation?
It was not I who made the decision.
Huh? Regardless, the girl will go to trial at the appointed time for further trial. Until then, I am to seek out any and all evidence pertaining to the Great Witch.
Holy shit.
Pardon me, Inquisitor. Exactly when is the appointed time? The investigation into this allegation will conclude on the day of the storyteller's next parade.
That would be 2 weeks from today. Following our investigations into the matter, the trial of the Great Witch shall proceed. What the? It would appear the girl has been withholding a dark secret from you all. Espella. Espella Cantabella's questioning is set to begin shortly. That means visiting hours are over. I recommend you leave immediately. Damn. Espella, the legendary Great Witch Bezella? The story that dictates the fate of an entire town, and now a so-called Great Witch named Bezella? Most intriguing. It would seem to be up to us to uncover the answers to these mysteries. But how are we supposed to manage it all in 2 weeks? When are we going to find all the evidence? You know, I was thinking, how do you address a Great Witch? Hail to thee, O magnificent magical one? Or maybe, what's up, witchy baby? What difference would it make? She's called a Great Witch, not someone who I ever want to meet.
I believe I've thought of a solution to our problem, and it's actually rather simple. Allow me to explain, Mr. Wright. The only way we'll be able to solve the mysteries of this town and its residents is if we join forces.
He's right. We've come this far, and there's no way we're just going to give up on Espella. Okay, I'm on board. I'm look forward to teaming up with you, Professor. Me too, Luke. Me too, Moya.
Now then, shall we press on? This marks the beginning of our own story, one dictated by ourselves and written by our own hands.
Whew! What a segment that was! Holy fucking shit! That was a hell of a court case, and we're not even really to the main part yet. Holy fucking shit! I screwed up once, darn it. And it was a misclick, too. I didn't even mean to do it. 1,135 picarats, pie K rates, whatever the fuck they are. Jeesh.